Deadpool is directed by Tim Miller and stars Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson / Deadpool, and we've seen him portray this character before. But gratefully, this movie has also seen him portray this character before. This is a revenge story and a love story. It's about how Wade Wilson became the Merc with the Mouth, Deadpool as we know him. There's a revenge aspect about finding someone he has a serious grudge against. And it's also a love story with the girl named Vanessa that he meets that changes his life. I don't know a lot about Deadpool the character, but I know enough, and I didn't know what to think going into this movie because we've already seen Ryan Reynolds portray this character once in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and man did that go south. Don't so shut the mouth of the Merc with the Mouth, please. Never do that again, ever. Okay? Okay. And it's also coming out in February, and that's not the cinematic wasteland of January, but it is close, and it's a first-time director. So I had no idea what to think going into Deadpool. I was blown away by this movie, in every way. I'm serious. This movie was freaking great. I loved every minute of this movie. And this is coming from somebody who admires Deadpool, and who has liked him in some of the animated stuff I've seen him in, but doesn't know that much about Deadpool as a character. And now, I just want to read everything there is to know about this character. This movie surprised me in so many ways. Now let's talk about this, because it's really easy to see a comic book film today and just be like, oh my god, that was so much fun. There was so much action and so much cool stuff, and I loved every second of seeing him punch things real hard. That's actually not what I loved the most about Deadpool. What I loved the most about it was the script. The script is great. It's extremely funny. This is one of the funniest movies I've seen in years. They had no qualms about being incredibly crude, and it's all the better for it. You want to see Deadpool being like that, and you want to see him saying things that you are thinking, but you just don't say, and he says them. But the best aspect of this script, and really the entire film, is the timing in which it came out in relation to all of the superhero saturation that we're getting lately. Because look, we like comic book movies, they're fun, it's exciting to see some of our childhood heroes on screen duking it out with some of our childhood villains. But look, even the most hardcore comic book fan can tell you that right now we're oversaturated. I mean, everything is a superhero movie. Every other month there's a new superhero movie, and they're all very similar. And some of them are really good, and then we have Fanforstic. Deadpool knows what world it's in. It exists in today's world, and it's fully aware of it, self-aware in every way, self-referential. Constantly, he will look at the screen and break the fourth wall and tell us something that we're already thinking about today's state of comic book films. And it was beautiful. I loved it. This movie is also very aware of the past failings of this character and of Ryan Reynolds as an actor. This is seen just from the amazing opening titles, which I won't spoil, I won't ruin it for you, but once you see them, you're gonna love it. Let's talk about how the film is directed. It is extremely fast-paced. There is not a single dull moment in Deadpool. I was looking for one. About halfway through this movie, I was like, I haven't disliked a single thing yet. This is weird. This is strange. Why do I like this so much? This is all so good. The action is directed extremely well. There's no shaky cam. There is not an overabundance of cuts. Everything looks great and clear, and when there is CGI, it's incorporated very well into the movie, like with the character Colossus. But there also isn't an overabundance of that. You can tell they didn't have quite as much money as other comic book films, and so a lot of this film does feel refreshingly in camera, even though there is a lot of CGI. It's just incorporated very well. And that's what I love about CGI. When you use it as a tool and not as your entire film, it will really help your movie, and Deadpool's the perfect example of that. About the love story, this is where the film could really falter. It could get sappy. You could feel like you weren't invested enough, or you weren't caring enough, or that it was just some plot device to make you feel like, oh no, Deadpool has to do something because his girlfriend's in danger. The way they handled the love story was equally as crude as everything else, and I loved everything about this movie. This movie surprised the hell out of me. The action was extremely well handled. The acting was good. The score and soundtrack choices were also extremely good. CGI was well incorporated into in-camera work. It was very self-referential. It was hilariously funny and crude and fast-paced and absolutely relentless as an entertaining film. Ryan Reynolds knocked it out of the park as the character. He showed honor to that character, as did the writer and director. The villain, played by Ed Skrein, you might know him from Transporter Refueled. All I can say is thank goodness he had this movie up his sleeve, because Transporter Refueled, that didn't work out. He works as a villain for this movie and for this movie's plot. I suppose he could have been more compelling, but for what this movie needed him to be, which was basically the object of Deadpool's revenge, he worked great. Guys, this movie blew me away. I honestly cannot believe that I'm about to say this. Deadpool gets an A+. I gave 1 A+ last year, Mad Max Fury Road. Is Deadpool a cinematic masterpiece? Will it be nominated for all of the Oscars? No, it won't. But for what this movie needed to be, I thought it was as good as it could have been and far better. Not every movie I'm going to give that grade to is going to be the next Citizen Kane or something. This movie was exactly what it should have been, and I loved every minute of it. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching, and some really great news. Something I'm super excited about is that I actually have a book coming out. Thanks to the cool people at Mango Media, I was able to get a book published. It's the Film Buff's Bucket List. 50 movies from the year 2000 to 2015 I feel you should see. It was a dream come true to be able to write a book. It's been a dream of mine since elementary school, and I was able to obtain that dream thanks to people like you guys who have watched my videos for 6 years. Thank you so much. I left the Amazon and Barnes & Noble pre-order links in the description below if you feel that you would like to support me and read this book. It would be the greatest thing ever, and I just thank you so much for years of support. Thank you so much. You guys have been the best. And to answer a lot of questions I've been getting about it being in foreign countries, we're trying to get it into chapters right now, which is like the Canadian Barnes & Noble. And to the best of my knowledge, it is available on Amazon in various other countries. I don't know everything for you yet, but I will try to find out. Guys, you are the best. Thank you so much as always for watching, and stay tuned later today on Sunday for my review of Samurai Cop. Oh my gosh, that movie is, it's a movie all right. Thank you so much, guys. You're the best. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmannized.